Hello everyone and welcome to day 22 of our Christmas calendar here on the channel. And now it's time to take a look at the crap. Yeah, weird, but we're gonna take a look at the clubs that is the worst in the game. I made a rank from 5 to 1 or like top 5 of the worst clubs in Golf Clash, and I'm gonna explain why I do believe so while talking to it. And these gonna be clubs that you may I don't think you have seen me play with either of them, or at least maybe not much else than just on the Road to Glory account. So I'm gonna rank the worst clubs in the game from my perspective. And I would love to hear your top 5 list, or if there is just a specific club that is just really crap according to you, then let us know in the comment section below. But that's always fun to look at those type of aspects, because we always looking at the good parts in terms of what's the best and stuff like that. But there are some clubs that you just makes you shake your head, and then that's what we're gonna take a look at now. So another top 5 video that you have never seen before. Enjoy.
Right, so for number 5, the Desert Storm. The Desert Storm is, I mean, when you're looking at the stats, sure, it has some top spin, but that's kind of it. I mean, it's not the worst one, that's why it is number 5, obviously, but one of them. And when it comes to sand wedges, what you're kind of looking for there is to have power and also have some ball guide. Sure, a top spin, some top spin would be okay. I mean, it's not that I'm complaining about that, but as the ball guideline, even in a max level, isn't better than 2.7, and then the power isn't better than 96 in the maxed level. Have that in mind. In the lower level, it's just, I mean, you have a 1 in ball guideline. How would you be able to really do anything about that? It's truly just a club to use if you don't have anything else, in my opinion. As for the sand wedges, and then because the Desert Storm is a sand wedge, nothing else. So only to use if you have no other sand wedge unlocked. As number 4, we move on to the rough irons. Not that it does matter what type of club it is, but we're going to look at the machete, which I know I'm pronouncing very Swinglish. But that club, I was first looking at the rough cutter, but then looking at the stats. Besides the backspin and a decent accuracy in a higher level, the machete is just absolutely crap. And it's definitely one to think about when to use it. Yeah, only if you need some backspin. But when you get into the rough, it's mainly that you're either in the rough by the green, or you are in the rough far away from green, right? So what you do need in those instances is that if you're far away from green, you need power and then topspin. But you have nothing on this club. And if you're close to green, you would need a good ball guideline. But you do not have that either. So it's kind of like, okay, when again is backspin valuable on a rough iron? Yeah, maybe if you blast it down somewhere and just have a high wind and you need to use all the backspin to get the ball to stop on green, fine. But how often does that happen? So machete with a Swinglish pronunciation as number 4. This may not be that fair towards the dart to put it as number 3, but I do feel that this wedge is truly the only time to use if you don't have anything else. You do get it unlocked very early in the game, which, I mean, we can't really look past that, but as soon as you get any other wedge, that's something to switch to. I mean, we have, when we look at wedges, we kind of want to have a good ball guideline, good accuracy, and then if adding something else, it's gonna be topspin. And the dart has none of that. Maybe in the highest possible level, it has some decent ball guideline and in a decent accuracy, but that's the highest possible level. So the dart, I don't really give much for that. It's a crap club, only to be used whenever you only have that club unlocked. As number 2, I actually choose to add the Apache there. I know the Apache is a club that you can get fairly early, but the fact that I rank it so high in this list is due to the fact that it's a rare club. And rare clubs should be better than the common clubs, in my opinion. And if it's not, it's going to be at least equal or very close to it. But Apache is not the short iron you want to use. It has poorly accuracy, poorly ball guideline, like, sure, it has some topspin in the higher level, but like basically non-existent backspin and stuff like that. So anything you want, everything you want with a short iron is really what the Apache has the opposite of. So if you have, again, if you're using this club, you shall only be using it if that's the only short iron you do have unlocked, or you have it in level 10 and the rest in like level 1 or something like that. I do think that a lot of you that are watching this video have already counted out what club is number 1, and that's the down in one. Alright, so I do think when Playdemic created this beautiful game called Golf Clash and designed the clubs, I do think they thought, based off that we can win rewards and stuff like that if we dunk a certain amount, it's just a couple of gems, but still, that they thought that this was going to be a club that we would use specifically for dunking. Not really thinking that, I mean, you can use any short iron or wedge or whatever that you have backspin, dunk and still be safe on the green if you miss. And sure, it has a good accuracy, I have to give it that, but the fact that it's only made to be dunked with is truly makes it by far. I would say it doesn't even come close to any of the others in the list. I think this is the absolute worst club in the game, and they could remove it and no one would lose any sleep over that. Like 1.5 ball guideline in the highest level, I think it was. At 1.5, sure, 100 accuracy. It does have 100 in the top spin in the higher level, and 100 in backspin also. But again, as you can still dunk with other clubs that do have some backspin, you don't have to have max backspin. Using topspin with this club is like the stupidest thing you can do, because topspin is relying on the good ball guidelines, so you can actually see where the ball guideline is going, or you're gonna miss by a mile. And then having 100 in curl as well is kind of like, I mean, if you're looking at the wedge just only on the stats, then level 9 is 45 power, which is max power with a wedge. Then it's max accuracy, max topspin, max backspin, max curl, and then 1.5 ball guideline. But the fact that the ball guideline is so crap makes the other stats pointless. It's useless, weirdly enough. So down in one as number 1 of the top 5 worst clubs in the game. Alright, there you have my list for the top 5 worst clubs in the game. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know your list in the comment section below, and I would love to continue the discussion there.